In a moment that stirred up both nostalgia and controversy, Don Nelson, the legendary former NBA head coach, recently used his platform to voice strong disapproval of a decision that still haunts the Dallas Mavericks franchise: trading away Luka Doncic. At a press conference during the NBA Finals, Nelson, who was receiving the Chuck Daly Lifetime Achievement Award, did not hold back in his criticism of the Mavericks' handling of the situation. Nelson, who coached for over 3 decades in the NBA, including stints with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Dallas Mavericks, is a true pioneer of modern basketball. His coaching philosophy helped lay the foundation for the pace and space era that now defines today's NBA game. With the Mavericks, he implemented offensive systems that emphasize speed, spacing, and ball movement long before it became the league's trend. While Nelson's legacy as a coach is firmly established, it was his comments about the Mavericks' trade of Luka Doncic that sent shockwaves through the basketball community. The decision, which saw Doncic, the young European phenom, shipped out in favor of Trae Young and a future draft pick back in 2018, has been widely criticized as one of the biggest blunders in recent NBA history. And Don Nelson, who holds a deep connection to the Mavericks, is clearly among those who feel the sting of that move. At the press conference, Nelson made it clear that he stood in solidarity with Doncic and expressed his frustration with the franchise's decision. Wearing a pair of Doncic's signature sneakers, Nelson sent a symbolic message that resonated loudly with fans and players alike. The image of Nelson, a Hall of Fame coach known for his basketball wisdom, standing in opposition to the trade was powerful, and it underscored the emotional toll that the decision continues to take on the Mavericks fan base and franchise. The Mavericks' trade of Doncic, a move that had once seemed like a reasonable decision based on the draft day circumstances, now looms large in the organization's history. Doncic, who has since blossomed into one of the brightest young stars in the league, has led the Mavericks to the top of the Western Conference and earned multiple All-Star appearances. His ability to take over games, create for teammates, and dominate both ends of the floor has made him one of the most electrifying players in the NBA. In contrast, Trae Young, the player Dallas selected with the pick they received from Atlanta in the Doncic trade, has had an impressive career of his own, though his impact has not been nearly as profound or consistent as that of Doncic. While Young has led the Hawks to the playoffs and has earned his own share of accolades, the trade has increasingly been viewed as a classic case of what could have been for the Mavericks. Nelson's comments didn't just serve as a critique of the Mavericks' front office. They were a statement about the importance of recognizing talent when you have the chance. "You don't let guys like Luka slip away," Nelson said during his press conference. "He's special, and everyone knew it. That trade was a mistake that will haunt the Mavericks for a long time." Nelson, of course, has seen a lot of basketball in his time. His career began as a player, where he spent 14 seasons in the NBA. After 2 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers, Nelson became a staple of the Boston Celtics during their championship runs in the 1960s and 1970s. His 5 championship rings with the Celtics are a testament to his understanding of the game, and that same acumen extended into his coaching career, where he became one of the NBA's most innovative minds. His coaching journey began in the 1976-77 season with the Milwaukee Bucks, where he led some very competitive teams. But it was his time with the Mavericks in the early 2000s that cemented his legacy as a visionary. There, he coached players like Dirk Nowitzki and built a system that revolutionized how teams approach offensive basketball. Under his leadership, the Mavericks were always ahead of their time, and his influence is still felt today in the modern NBA. Nelson retired from coaching after the 2009-10 season, during a short stint with the Golden State Warriors in Stephen Curry's rookie year. His coaching career may have ended, but his impact on the game remains undeniable. It's fitting that as he accepts the Chuck Daly Lifetime Achievement Award, he takes a moment to remind us all of the one trade that still stings for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic, meanwhile, continues to evolve. And as his career progresses, so too does the weight of that trade. It's clear that he is a player the Mavericks can build around for the long term, but the memory of what might have been will always be there, lingering in the shadows of the decision that changed the course of their franchise forever.